Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another edition of the RC Fun Zone. Today we got some good stuff planned for you, some experiments that we're going to be looking into. 3 of them actually. So we're going to get right into it. I'm Ryan.
I'm Caden.
And we're going to be doing some experiments from this book that we got. Actually, Caden got this for Christmas. Was it last year? Actually, it was this year, this past Christmas.
Yeah.
This is a science experiment book. So it's a really good book. Check it out. It's called Awesome Science Experiments for Kids by Crystal Chatterton. Put it right there for a minute. And they have a ton of experiments here that just have most of them just have your daily household items. So you can do a lot of this stuff on a rainy day, or in this instance, a quarantine day, without necessarily having to go to the store and get a bunch of, different things to actually do it. So yeah, we just picked out a few easy ones today, and we'll talk a little bit about them once we get to it. So you ready for this, man? You excited? All right, guys, our first experiment is called Unleakable Baggie. We want to find out if we fill up this Ziploc bag full of water and pop those pencils right through the center of it, all the way through, is it gonna leak?
No.
You don't think it's gonna leak?
Mm-mm.
And why not?
We should do the one that we did. No, I don't think it's gonna leak. No.
Well, we are poking holes in the bag with water in it, so.
I mean, but when you poke it in, so basically the hole would go through, the pencil would go through it, but this would be like to cover it up.
Like the plug?
Yeah.
So you're saying that. So
It's kinda like a
Caden
sink.
thinks it's not gonna leak because if he pokes the pencil through, the pencil is gonna be
It's kind of like
plugging.
a sink drain when you have to plug it in, you know?
Ah, okay. Okay, well, let's find out. That's the only way to do it. And now the trick is with this, you want to just go nice and slow and all the way through. And we're gonna find out if it's gonna leak. We'll put all 3 of them through.
At one time? Or
Well, do you have 3 hands to do it all at once?
I'm gonna do this.
No, I don't know if that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna work the same, buddy. Let's try one at a time first, and make sure it works.
Okay.
Oh wow!
No leaks.
Not one drop,
See? Told
and that's
you.
going all the way through. All right, try another one. See if we can get all
What
3.
happens if we pushed it more in?
See if we can get all 3 of those in there without it leaking. Oh, oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm gonna reach it.
Wow. Let's show them real quick. All the way through, guys. Not one drop so far has leaked. This is not magic. This is science, right?
Boop.
Wow. You were right.
The pencils are wet, but
Now-
that doesn't mean it's leaking.
Right. The reason that this isn't leaking is because these bags are made of a polymer called low-density polyethylene, okay? No, I don't know this off the top of my head. I'm reading this out of the book. When the pencil pierces the plastic, the sharp end of the pencil squeezes through the chains of the polymer without breaking them. These chains are very flexible and actually move over to form a seal around the edge of the pencil. So you were right. You're pretty much plugging the hole. You're making the hole and plugging it at the same time, so that no water is spilled from the baggie. This is amazing. Super simple, and
What happens if we squeeze it? No!
nice. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, for experiment number 2, this one is called
Right or left?
right or left. For the materials that we need: water, piece of paper,
Marker, tape, and a glass.
a clear glass jar, cup, whatever one you have on hand. That's it. What do you think happens to light when it passes through a cup full of water?
I've done this at school.
So you already know this one. So you
when
already
you
know what's
draw
gonna happen.
So when you draw if you draw an arrow and you put it through the thing of water, it'll go.
It's gonna go the opposite way?
So
Okay.
if it goes this way,
Well,
then it'll turn that way.
So basically, we're gonna learn a little bit about light, water, and reflection. Okay. So first off, we need to use a marker to draw a horizontal arrow on the piece of paper. All right, guys, we're back. We drew a different arrow. It turned out the arrow that we drew earlier was much too big, and we just had to get a better setup here so that you guys at home could see exactly what we're doing here. So just to be clear, we have not done this experiment yet. We did not do anything other than draw a new arrow and get it set up. So we've got the arrow drawn right here. It's pointing to the right clearly. We're gonna stick this clear glass right in front of it, and then my trusty assistant Caden here.
Yeah.
You ready? He's gonna pour the water in nice and slow for us, and we're gonna see what happens to that arrow. So far it's still pointing the same direction. What? Hold on a minute. Oh my gosh, it switched. It switched directions. So it was pointing to the right when we started this, as you can see right there. And now, with water in the cup, it is pointing to the left. And the reason for that is because when light passes through the cup, it gets refracted or bent and focused toward the center into a focal point on the other side. After light passes through the focal point, the light that was on the left comes out on the right and vice versa. So this makes the image appear to reverse. So no matter what, the arrow is always going to be pointing in the reverse direction.
Well, if you stick a flashlight through it.
Let's find out. All right, so Caden went and got a flashlight. Now let's see if the flashlight changes anything.
No.
Nope. Still pointing to the left, so it's still reversed.
Oh.
All right, so a flashlight didn't change anything. So,
No.
hey, it's still a pretty cool trick though. Boom. All right, what's the last one called?
So, exploding baggie.
Exploding baggie. Okay, much different than the unleakable baggie that we did earlier on in the video.
So for this project, we need toilet paper, baking soda, white vinegar, water, and a plastic bag.
Very nice. And actually, we do not need tape. So,
We do not need
get rid of
tape.
that. So, plastic Ziploc bag. We're gonna need a ½ cup of vinegar in the bag, okay? Now, we're not gonna measure, we'll just eye it up,
You need a teaspoon
see what
or
happens.
milliliters.
So we're gonna start off with a ½ cup. That's about ½ cup.
Yep, totally. Right, Dad?
Yep. It says measure ½ cup of vinegar and then set it aside. So, boom, there's that. What's step number 2? Or actually, what's step number 3?
Place 1 tablespoon of baking soda on a couple squares of toilet paper. fold and twist the tissue in a little pouch around the baking soda.
Okay. So basically, it wants us to make a little pouch. Yeah, we've got a couple squares, 2 squares of toilet paper, which happens to be a hot commodity right now with the quarantine. So we don't want to waste any of this.
Yes.
And we got baking soda of the Arm & Hammer variety.
Yes. I smell it.
Okay, 1 tablespoon. So this will measure out. So we've got a little medicine cup here. 1 tablespoon.
Or 1 on the floor tablespoon.
I think I'm pretty sure this doesn't actually say tablespoons. It's only teaspoons, but I'm pretty sure that 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But I don't really care because we're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Extra Man.
All right, there we go. Made a little mess, but it's science. It's all in the name of science, so who cares? We're gonna put the baking soda in a little pouch of the toilet paper. So we'll pour this right in the middle, and then make a little pouch like this. Maybe just twist it up a little bit. We've got our bag. I'm gonna have Caden drop this in, and then right when he drops it in, I'm gonna zip this up. Okay, we're gonna put it on the garage floor and see what happens. So
hopefully it doesn't stain.
Go ahead and
3, 2, 1.
Zip lock it up, shake it up, and then throw it there.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Oh, uh-oh. Ah, I think it's got a leak. I think it's leaking. I don't know.
Yep, it has a leak in there. I see a little water coming out.
Is it?
Yep, see that? You idiot. You didn't just hook it up all the way. I want to pop. Pop now. Can't touch that. I think that's it.
Well, this is how science goes. So we'll leave that there, and we're gonna have to do this again, folks.
Pops again.
So the problem with that one was what, buddy? Why don't you tell them?
Probably you put a little too much of baking soda or that problem, or you didn't zip it up all the way.
I think that was right. We did not zip it up all the way. So we'll do this again. We'll get our vinegar in the bag.
Sure. 3 teaspoons.
We'll just pour it right onto here. Just pour a big pile of it right onto there.
Big old pile.
Big old mountain of it. There you go.
Should do it that way.
That's a better way. All right. This one is gonna work. Right, buddy?
Good. Yeah. You know what? Just for the sake of the video.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, let's twist this up real good. Now, same as before, Caden, my assistant here, is gonna drop this in, and I'm gonna actually zip it up all the way this time. You're leaking some out.
3, 2, 1. Bop.
Zip this up all the way. Shake it up.
And toss it on the floor.
Ooh,
It worked.
it exploded.
That's like a bigger mess.
I thought it was gonna be a bigger explosion.
It doesn't go.
Wow, look at this one though. So this one's still built up pressure, but it just wasn't enough to pop the bag.
Oh, that's nice. Ugh, feels weird. Put your hand on there. It's for some reason not cold.
You're right. And this one popped it.
I'm just gonna reshake this. Still nothing.
Bah! All right, well, there we have it. 2 different results. All right, so that was our last experiment of this video, the exploding baggie experiment. And actually, we got 2 different results from the experiments that we did with it.
And guess what? The kids on this book have been following along. They have one that hasn't popped yet,
Right.
but they have one that has popped.
Yeah, so actually that's actually pretty interesting. So they, in this book, we'll show you, they actually got two different results as well. So our observations were that we had one baggie that did not explode, but it built up pressure. It seemed like it wanted to pop, but at first it had a small little air hole leak through the Ziploc. And I think that's why it didn't actually pop.
I blame it on him.
Of course. I fixed that and I zipped it up, but it never did build up enough pressure again to pop the bag.
And I thought the bag would.
Right. I thought so
Except
too.
the bag that exploded just kind of like leaked.
Yeah, well, it did. We did get a little pop, but it just kind of like, it was weak, I would say, right?
Yeah, weak.
It was weak. It was a weak explosion. We wanted big. We wanted a big explosion, and that didn't happen. So I'm thinking
Maybe we try it?
maybe I think so. Yeah, maybe one of our next videos we'll do it with maybe a different type of bag, the one that can handle a little bit more pressure, and then we'll put more baking soda, more water in it.
And we can try that same exact thing with an actual bag that's not the extra seal.
Yes, we can do that.
And see which
So,
one pops first.
Yeah, we want to get a big explosion. So, nonetheless, it did work and it did explode. It built up pressure and exploded. And the reason for that is when the baking soda and vinegar are mixed, they react to produce carbon dioxide gas. As more and more carbon dioxide fills up the baggie, the pressure inside increases. Once the pressure is so high that the baggie can't contain it any longer, the bag pops. So, my theory is if we get a better bag, a stronger bag that can withstand more pressure.
Bag.
Yep. And then put more baking soda, like I said, more baking soda and more water.
Everything.
More everything. That might give us a big explosion.
Yeah, who knows?
But we're going to find out. So stay tuned for our next experiment video. And it might have something like that in it.
Yeah.
What do you think about the other 2 experiments?
They're not bad. Which one's your favorite? I don't. Out of 3.
Out of the 3, probably the I would say the exploding bag. I think that was the most fun.
I kind of like. What's more
The pencils through the bag, the water didn't leak. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that one. That was my favorites.
I was surprised. I thought, that you might be right about it not leaking, but what I thought was most surprising is that not only did it not leak, it didn't leak one single drop.
Yeah.
Like, not even initially when Caden put the pencil in, it didn't even leak at all. It just sealed right away. So the plastic stretched right around the pencil and just sealed up right away. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
The arrow trick, Caden wasn't too enthused about because he had did it in school already, so he already knew what was going to happen. But
Here, you know what we should do?
maybe our viewers can try it. What?
We should upgrade the pencil. He wants to upgrade the pencil.
Who wants to? Next video, upgrade the pencil to a arrow,
A broken arrow.
a broken arrow.
Or
What do you think? Should we do that? We'll see. All right, guys, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you next time. I'm Ryan,
I'm Kaden.
and this is the RC Fun Zone.